Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearth, where we like to dive into whatever topic comes to mind each and every week. Every week we have an installment on mental health because it's important, man. You got to check on your people. You got to check on your people and have your people check on you. It is important, man. It's important to me that we continue to have discussions on mental health because it's just not talked about enough. Now we're going to cue the intro. I like to go ahead and take care of these pleasantries. For all those who power Lawn Dude Unearth and help us to bring this content to you each and every week. Now, if you're looking for a high quality, eco conscious apparel that reps your passion for the outdoors, you need to check out Finprint Apparel. And don't forget to use our code, man, DUDE10. Once again, DUDE 10 at checkout will save you 10%. Again, that's Finprint Apparel. They will give you a good little splash on your uniforms. If you haven't checked out our video of how different our uniforms are, go check it out right now, either on YouTube or Instagram. Also, I'd like to go ahead and shout out the fact that we're powered by Petra Tools, who is bringing you top tier equipment to keep your lawn game strong. Whether you need sprayers, various lawn landscape products, or battery power solutions, Petra Tools has you covered. And they also have like mulch glue, and they got the lawn paint. They got a little bit of everything, man. Just go check out their website. Support the brands that support us, man. These are the brands that support Lawn Dude Unearth. I like to keep growing as a company, as a podcast. So I definitely have no problem shouting out those who decided to give us the opportunity. And we beyond appreciate it. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearth. So, per usual, this episode is going to be personal. It's going to be raw, not polished up, and I'm not about to sit here and act like I've had it all together lately because honestly and truthfully and just me keeping it 100 with y'all, I haven't had things together lately. You know, situations have been heavy mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. And I ain't even gonna lie, man. Not gonna lie at all. I almost let that weight crush me, man. Pause. But God, but God, something like legit shifted recently, man. And what I mean by that is it didn't shift because I have all the answers to everything going on, to all the trials I've been going through recently, but because I'm actually speaking on this because I feel like maybe there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. So when I say something shifted, what shifted was I put my full trust in God and got out the way because I could speak as a man. As men, we stay getting in the way. So over the past few weeks, I've been fighting some silent battles, with all the, keep it 100 with y'all, man. Once again, that's all I do is keep it 100. After really a rough June, I did not see that coming at all. You expect that July, August, you expect it to slow down, but June, I don't know what it was, man. Something happened in June. And sadly, I didn't see it happening until after the month was pretty much over. Got so tied up with just doing the day to day, out in the field work that I don't know, man. But, with all that going on, you got bills stacking up, you got some clients pulling back. You know, I've been blessed that, equipment, trucks, I really haven't had too much of any issues with those by the grace of God. But on top of all that, being a present husband, a present father, and a present provider are always key to me. And not gonna lie, but when you're struggling, sometimes it's tough to be that last part of a present provider. But one thing I try not to let that do to me is affect being the present husband and father. So felt like times were getting dark, at least for a good minute there. I was waking up tired, burnt out. Just if anybody's ever seen me work before, I've had the nickname of the machine every job I've had before I started my own business. And even as a business owner, I am still called the machine. This is a truck talk, by the way, if you wonder. So I work hard, but to work hard and to go through everything I'm going through, knowing that I'm basically killing myself each and every day out here grinding, and to just sometimes feel like you have nothing to show for it, it's rough. So I was allowing myself to go to bed, stressed, waking up in the middle of the night, early in the morning, upset, stress, anxiety, which I don't know where that came from. I've never had anxiety. Uh, I'm always a positive person. You know what? I was going to wait to go ahead and jump into that part, but you know what? Anxiety is of the enemy. That is the way the enemy is attacking me, or was attacking me. I didn't realize that at the time. So I found myself questioning a lot. Like, I had times, I'm not proud to go ahead and say this, but like I said, maybe this will help somebody. I had times, where I'm talking to God and I'm saying, where are you? I need you. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing all that I can. And it still feels like I'm drowning. It's having these real conversations with God. And it's just like one day he made me realize something. That I was carrying everything and not trusting him really with anything. Because if I really trusted him with anything, if I trusted God with anything, I wouldn't be sitting around questioning, how this and that and the third is going to get done. So I prayed about it. I prayed about it. I prayed about it. I had many conversations with God. And even though I'm praying and having conversations, I hadn't released it. I said I had faith, but, my actions, when I look back at them, my actions are full of fear, frustration, and control. And that's when I decided I had to do something different. I let go. Like, man, I really let go. And I straight up said, I'm going to do it God's way. Not my way. My way got me to where we are now. I'm done trying to figure it all out as a man. Trying to be a man thinking I need to figure it all out. I trust God. I follow God. Now, I know there's going to be some people turning away when I'm talking about my faith on here. That's why when I made the title for today's episode, I put God in it for those who really feel like they can't listen to this podcast for that reason. I hate to break it to y'all, man. This is my podcast, so this is what I'm gonna talk about because God is important to me. Man, once I decided to trust God, guess what? The peace showed up. The peace in my life showed up. Nothing like, is fixed overnight. Don't get me wrong, still going through the same things, but I trust God. I know it'll be all right. So, like I said, something shifted and I felt it. I started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. There are times past few weeks where I'm just, what I mean? The optimism I've always had, I felt that like not there. And I'll be doggone if I go back to that state. My ideals have been flowing again lately. My positivity has been flowing again lately. My optimism is flowing again lately. And more than anything, I feel held up by God during this moment in time. That is a wonderful feeling. So, yeah, excuse me. Like I said, truck talk. So I am driving. I do apologize for the pause. I know that ain't quite good for podcasting. But for all those who are listening, you're in the middle of a battle right now. I want you to know God sees it. God trusts his toughest soldiers in these moments. He sees you. He sees you. You might feel like you're breaking, but maybe this is just the part where he steps in. You don't have to fake strength. I've, man, 100%. This is something that I have done wholeheartedly. You legit don't have to carry it all. Once again, guilty. Just trust him with what you've got left. Even if it's just a whisper and a little bit of faith. Trust in him and all will be good. And I will give you an extra little nugget. I found out that those times when I'm waking up in the middle of the night, that's the time for me to pray. That's the time for me to listen to what God has to say to me. One of these mornings, I woke up. I think I was waking up at 3:40 a.m. and I asked God what He is trying to say to me. Psalms 91. Psalms 91 was what He told me. So I will tell anybody listening to this going through challenges, read Psalms 91. But until next time, man, keep the faith, stay grounded, and trust that even when it doesn't make sense, God will always provide. Y'all be blessed. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Lawn Dude on Earth. We talk about all kinds of things here. The good stuff, the tough stuff, and everything in between. If you like the show, please give us a 5-star review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and have a blessed day.